my position is this. Mr. Guerra voted against the charter. He voted to have a hearing on me and my black self, but he voted no to have a hearing on the white folks. That's what he did. He voted no to have a hearing to find out whether or not Kate Fields, Eva, and Briggs had violated the charter. Don't even want to know. Something you want to say? I can take a breath.
It is, because if we're supposed to be talking about we're not going to be insulting people, I don't know what that is.
I'm going to tell you what it is. I'm insulted when the mayor do these press release. I'm insulted when the mayor say we got put out of roofs and we went in there talking about we were going to kick people's booty. I'm insulted. You're right. We shouldn't be lying and insulting people and throwing the rock and hide our hands, and then you shouldn't come up here covering for the mayor. How many people can you name right now who is appointed?
I believe with the Greater Flint Health Coalition. Where's the
Greater Flint Health Coalition located?
I would have to move that.
Good evening, Councilman Mays. This is Mrs. Ferguson.
Hey, hold up, man. You don't run this meeting. I'm politely asking you to be cool. You can say point of information, we might recognize you, we dealing with that now. I'm talking to Mr. Edwards. I think he's your superior. I might want to know what he know first. I might want to talk to him. I don't play that mess. I've been through out of too many meetings, Mr. Stevens, if that was you.
Councilman Mays, if I may correct you, that is Lottie Ferguson who spoke. Who is
okay? Well, my bad, whoever it was. I just ain't down with that. Excuse me. I apologize, Mr. Stevens. Miss Ferguson, if I was too harsh, accept my humble apology, but we had... you out of order. This is your first one.
You don't have a valid point of order. You're doing a order. I'm not out of order. I'm not ruling
yes or no? You got a rule on the point of order.
It's not a valid point. It's not a valid point of order.
You ain't gonna rule on the point of order.
It's not a valid point of order.
It's your third one. If you gonna rule on a point of order...
Throw him out of the meeting.
There's no valid point of order.
It's your fourth. You got the rule on it, then I know if I'm gonna appeal.
I'm gonna rule that you're being disorderly.
Okay, I appeal the ruling.
There's a ruling of the chair on the floor. Is there a second? There's a ruling of the appeal at Mr. Davis.
Madam Chair, I certainly second.
And so you guys...
I just want to talk about this Willie Lynch syndrome and this white handkerchief Negro. Okay? That's not the case up here. The real case up here is the fact that Councilman Mays want to behave in a disorderly way. The real case up here is that Councilman Mays wants to take over and control the meetings. The real case is Councilman Mays, he thinks that he has 5 votes when each one of us up here has our individual vote. And Councilman Mays gets upset when you do not vote his way. That's the real case up here. It has nothing to do with the Willie Lynch syndrome. And I wish people would use that syndrome in the right context. It has nothing to do with a white handkerchief Negro. It has to do with right is right and wrong is wrong.
Preach.
And you know what? I'm going to always stand for what's right. I am not going to support Councilman Mays' behavior.
Say it.
I'm not going to do it.
David.
Okay? And people better understand.
Point of order.
What's your point of order?
Can I holler out like Mr. Davis without a warning on my mic? Can I holler out, preach, amen, or forget that?
Mr. Mays, your point is taken, and I'm sure you heard me say Mr. Davis.
And yes,
so can you please give her a few seconds? Please go ahead.
And yes, our young people are watching. They are watching. And I am appalled. I am appalled. And it has to stop. And shame on you if you support Councilman Mays' disruptive behavior. Shame on you.
Thank you, ma'am.
I'm done.
Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Fields?
Miss Fields.
Well, I'd just like to say
Oh,
that,
was you next? Well, then let's give her a pass card, cause she a lady. They always talk about ladies' grits, and then we'll come back to you. Let them have their way. They want to be treated nice when they ladies, but then they want to go first. Let her go, Mr. Green. Go ahead, Miss Fields, and then we gonna come to you. I apologize, Mr. Green.
that's okay, and I prefer the term women as opposed to ladies, as in the National Organization for Women, of which we have a Genesee and Flint branch, who I've encouraged to come attend these meetings.
I'm gonna say ladies and women. It's gonna be tough for me, but I got you, madam.
We won't even go there. Okay.
I'm not going to say anything, because as the chair, I don't know what he's appealing. This is a mockery. And Councilman Davis, I am saying to you, I want you to tell this body what you supported as his appeal. Because the chair didn't say anything. So I want you to state what you supported as Councilman Mays' appeal.
Point of order. You state what the appeal
I
is.
did.
That's your job.
Well, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
You want us to help you. You
I
say
want,
you ain't out in no
yeah, I
point
want
of
you
order.
and Mr. Davis to tell us.
Repeatedly.
Yes, please.
I can tell. I
Of course
appeal
you
you. You said 3-4 times. You wasn't going out in no point of order. You got to. That's what you said. That's what you said.
You said rule on the point of order. I said I'm not ruling on something that's not on point of
And then go around the
order.
room. I don't have to debate.
I don't have an appeal.
We got procedure.
I don't have an appeal.
I got an appeal. You supposed to state it.
Miss.
You don't know how to chair.
I'm gonna need some help from you. I didn't say anything.
And Eric Mays, you talking about COVID? You afraid of COVID as far as going into the city hall? But on Karen Weaver's show, you said you want to pack out Benton Harbor City Hall. What about that? And then you're going around Stagger Lee around town, drinking, singing Olivia and other different things. Nobody has a mask on. Close contact. So that's just a frivolous, pitiful excuse, saying that you don't want to go back into the council. And then you badgered Maurice Davis for supporting Trump. But at the same time, you're supporting Judy Priestley, MAGA, and Dennis Pfeiffer, MAGA Republicans, because of $1. You will do anything for $1. And you know what it's sad. And tell people about your house being foreclosed and about you living in the 7th Ward. No matter where you might live now, you haven't been living in the 1st Ward. So you out here perpetrating.
I didn't really mention his neck because one thing about it, she took all her tricks to Bloomfield. And I won't mention this no more until the Oakland City Council meeting back up. But one thing, going back to 3rd Ward. Now, I know I'm seeing...
Point of order.
So
what is your point? Sir, you need to stop talking. What is your point of order?
He's very hard to understand, so I want to inform you, Madam President, that he just said I took all my tricks to Bloomfield.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Green.
Yes, ma'am.
It wasn't that Community First wasn't first. It was for him to give a presentation.
Point of order.
What's your point?
You speak last, not her. This is an appeal.
Yes.
You asked, was it any other discussion? She didn't say nothing.
Right.
Now you stating the motion like she be doing it wrong back there. Now she want to restate and do.
Okay.
She don't speak last.
Absolutely.
And so
What's your point?
I'm in a point of order already. Can I finish
Hold on.
and then you rule on
listen.
me and then you can
ahead.
get a point of
Go ahead.
order?
Go ahead and
You
finish.
out of order, Mr. Galloway.
Proceed, Counsel.
Let me proceed. Thank you, Mr. President. Give her a warning.
He
This
didn't
ain't
get
gonna
out.
go on all night.
If you just let him finish,
Dang.
then we're coming back to you. He's
She is a trip.
I can't hear him. Proceed.
Thank you. So,
We still have committee meetings. So as we sat over here, we heard Mr. Mays say about Ms. Herkenroder, just as stupid as they come. That, amongst other comments, are commonly made. And we're talking about being courteous. Well, courteous start here. Courteous start with yourself. And as he consistently abuses Rule 26.4, which is using a privileged motion to obtain the floor, and I think it's about to happen right now.
point of information. Through you, Madam Chair, to Ms. Lewis, you right, because I be hearing what you and Quincy talk about. You think I hear y'all?
Proceed, Dr. Lewis.
Thank you, and I appreciate that, Councilman Mays, because that just proves my point.
Finna call names, start putting motions to subpoena. You is on the payroll for $125,000. Rob Benzick, $150,000. Hell, I worked third shift at General Motors. I was up to 5, 6 in the morning, and they couldn't stay here to 4, 5, 6, 7 o'clock making $150,000. Do you know I probably made 80, 90, 120 at GM? Do you know what 150,000 feel like? Do you know what 5,000 every 2 weeks feel like? Gil and the mayor and them making 5,000 every 2 weeks. All you gotta do is look at 125,000, 10,000 a month, 12 months, that's 120. Get paid every 2 weeks, that's 5,000 every 2 weeks, and they boycotting a little poor council person? How dare y'all? How dare y'all boycott a meeting I sat in? And I done bent over backwards and voted for folks people told me don't vote for. Don't give them no doggone 125. How dare y'all? How dare y'all boycott a meeting that I'm involved in? Thank you, Mr. Griggs, for the second on the motion. Make them call a meeting if they don't want to show up at ours. It's finna get live in the city of Flint. How dare them? How dare y'all? And I want every preacher to come down here talking about what I'm talking about. I ain't studying no preacher. Tell the administration to play ball. That's what y'all can do.
Did you have any questions before we circle back? Dr. Lewis, hang on, Mr. Murphy.
I ain't never seen this. Point of order.
What's your point?
I ain't never seen this before.
That's an improper point of order.
Let
What's
me
your point?
finish. I have never seen this before from a chair or president. When some member asks us for the floor verbally, you go round to everybody but that member, even though some of them spoke. Do you want the floor? Do you want the floor? It's just outrageous, biased, prejudice, and discriminatory.
Okay, point over, whatever. Dr. Lewis, do you want the floor?
So I see that she's at 1901 Whittlesey. I'm gonna let the five, the foolish five do their thing. I'm gonna abstain.
Point of order.
What's your point?
My colleague is calling us foolish, and that's out of order.
Yeah, Mr. Mays, please
Thank
continue to remain, treat colleagues with respect and decorum. You have the floor.
Madam Chair, let me finish by saying this. It's 9 people on this council. If Mr. Murphy want to put himself in the foolish 5, maybe I'll help him. But I must talk and utilize my freedom of speech the way I choose in America. And every time he takes it personally, well, guess what? I like that because sometimes it be meant toward him, and I want him to highlight what people hear.
I'll say it again. Mr. Davis, we supported you.
Point of information. Point of information. Till you hear me or throw me off this meeting. Your choice.
Mr. Davis.
She gonna keep using my name and then try to find out somebody
please
use her
stop
name.
talking so the chair can ask you what is your point of information, and it
I done
must
told
be.
you. Stop that woman from mentioning my name. She don't want people mention her name or throw me off this doggone meeting.
Mr. Davis, that is your first warning. I've told you
Let
repeatedly.
it be the
You're
third
not.
warning, woman.
Mr.
Throw me
Davis,
off the meeting and mute me.
that is your first warning. You cannot
I
use
mute myself.
derogatory-
Have a good night.
Good night, Mr. Davis.
I'll support that motion.
All right. Is there any discussion on that?
Yeah, Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
You know, I just listen to folk like Mr. Murphy talk. And I want the people in the city of Flint to listen at him talk. These folks, some of them, including him, don't care nothing about rules, law, and procedures. I mean, I know Mama So, we done did it. I done did a record with Mama So. Google it. It's called Questions. You gotta be real nowadays. Yeah, I got locked up. But I didn't worry about it going in. I cried coming out. Cried for freedom.
You ever sat back, thought about how your whole life could change overnight as a result of what you do right now?
Question.
Do you waste your time? Like, do you spend?
Trying to run the city into the ground. We sure. I've never seen them like. Everywhere in the country, you got discussion on motion. Except for here. I mean, these new people relevant.
Point of order.
What's your point?
Did Mr. Mays have the floor?
No, he does not. Thank you.
Point of order.
What's your point?
Who's got the floor?
No one.
Okay, then may I have the floor?
No. Please wait until I get the answer.
Sitting councilman and you.
I'm not giving anyone the floor at this moment. Madam Clerk.
That's what we asked you.
You have a minute and 15
Okay, then
seconds.
don't say first I didn't have none.
Councilman Mays, I was trying.
I'm talking, I got the floor. Thank you.
You got the floor.
Yeah, you need to
Get
be quiet sometime. All that drama.
Councilman Mays.
Are you still talking, Miss Galloway? I can tell you to be cool while I talk.
You don't get to mock Councilman Mays. Just speak.
You ain't gonna mock me. You used the word mockery a minute ago. Don't have double standards. Using all kind of adjectives. And then when we say something out, y'all, you don't like it. Watch what you say. I'm hating that these points of orders keep going everywhere to other things. That's what happened in the meeting that I was in.
Point of information,
To me, all of
Madam
this
Chair.
is out of order.
Point of
Let me
information.
finish my point of order, ma'am.
He's on a point of order. He's
And-
on a point of order. You know what? Just hold up. Let me chair this meeting. Okay? What's funny? Let me chair the meeting. We need to hurry up and get out of here.
So my point is,
He's on a point of order, and then she's on a point of information. Let him speak.
We're gonna make Flint right. I'm gonna tell you who I like. You sure enough right. I tell you who I don't like. Thank you. Let's get the business done. God bless the residents of the city of Flint.
But clearly, we are not looking at the what is it called, Mr. Mays, the policy? Because unlike my colleagues, I do homework. So I went over to the county and found out exactly how much money each
Point
of
of
those properties. What's your
information.
point of information?
You know what? How do you know your colleagues are not doing their homework? You keep saying that.
Did you do some, Ms. Winfrey?
I did do my homework. I do homework every night.
Okay, good.
So it would be nice if you would stop saying that.
If it's not you, then don't take it personally. Thank you. But let me just say this, you guys.
And let me say this, Mr. Milham. Let me say this. You heard the land bank and the treasury. We saying, listen to this.
Fire drill. Something on fire, man. Time's up.
Maybe Kate Field and them went and pulled that. And if we catch their fingerprints,
That was Santa Claus.
and y'all need to quit talking like that, Monica. Ain't nobody never hit you or did nothing in here. You talking just like them white folks. That's crazy, man. Get tired of all